Hey. I got one of my favorite hats dirty. I guess I must have took it off with my gloves on. And I know I ain't gonna be able to wash that out. God dang it. I'm gonna try though. I'll put some purple stuff on it. See if it come out. Y'all listen, you see the title of this. Now, letting everybody know, Zach, Aunt, everybody, I got y'all emails and I responded back to them. And I got this email from a YouTuber. Now, I ain't talking about one of them. I ain't talking about regulars. This guy, I've been subbed to him for a couple of years. He has a tech channel. He ain't one of the big, he'll be there. I got faith in because he does good content. I told him that I was gonna do this because it'll. I told him I was gonna do this. He always comment on his stuff, sub this channel, and my Nick Taylor Roman numeral 4 channel. And he said, "Hey man, you been?" I said, "Yeah, I just been real busy on other stuff, still moving the company, trying not to overrun your pocketbook, of course, because you can't spend it if you ain't got it. Well, it'll behoove you not to spend it if you don't have it. Let me put it like that. So dealing with that, trucks, personnel, normal stuff. And I linked on. He sent me a hey, I see another channel, and I see it's you. I said, yeah. And I guess he checking out the stuff I'm talking about. And then he asked me about the passport, bro. I said, sir, and everybody know. I said, I'm, I'm not in the passport crew. I have nothing against. I'm not pro or con. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm pro you do you. And I said, dude, that's not in my wheelhouse. I know what it is, just due to affiliation and link, proximity, if you will. And I told him now, of course, being former soldier, stationed overseas, all kind, Korea and Germany and Belgium, and going here and there, and TDY here and there, and Central America here and I said, you just bouncing around, but I'm still telling y'all, one of the now who knows, she could be a nightmare. So I'm not saying, of course, I didn't say anything. I still say one, well, I'll say two of the most where I was just, God damn, she pretty. A nurse, military nurse in Kurdistan, in the Kurdish region, and a lady running a newspaper, a magazine stand in Germany. Just, I'm like, my brain is saying, why are you here? Why are you here running a magazine stand? And why are you a nurse in the military? You know? Because the Kurds, they got their own thing away from, even though the Kurdish region is technically in Iraq, Saddam didn't treat them as such. And I'm not going to get into that. But I'm like, I didn't say nothing to her, but we were there at the camp for 2 days, and even the Sarge, you say, I'm like, man, just stop. Just stop. Wow. Why are you here? But anyway, he is like, well, man, he wanted to do him and a couple of other smaller tech guys. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's a oh man, what is the name the show? I can't remember it. I'll post it up. There's a show they have every year, and it's in Taiwan. Computer tech show. They have one in China. He said he don't go to the one in China. He wanted to go, but he didn't. But he always goes to the one in Taiwan. And he works in the tech. He works in the tech industry. And the reason I think, I told him, he didn't agree with me. The reason I think his tech channel ain't blown up because he's not a gamer. And he said, well, I play games, but I'm not a gamer. And I'm like, dude, gamer channel. I said, I know I ain't got to tell you, gamer channels is big on the internet. But he has a job and he works in the tech field. So he don't want to, so he want to keep it clean and whatnot. And I'm like, well, you may not want to do this thing you talking about here with interview about traveling overseas and whatnot. And I'm like, wait a minute, but why me? He said, well, you're on all our tech channels and we know you know tech because we can tell by the stuff that you put out and the questions that you ask in the statement. I said, yeah, but I'm not no passport bro. I'm not into that. That's not my gig. And he said, well, who better to have the Q&A roundtable stream than someone that don't have a vested interest in it? Nah. I'm like, nah, man. But I said, well, what you got on your mind anyway? So we talking, and he told each time, when he go to Taipei. I know the show is in Taipei. It's in Taiwan. And I can't remember the name of it. Like I said, but I'll put it up here. I'll put it up. And he goes and he he met J2 Cents. J2 Cents. He met Paul's Hardware, and he met Steve from Gamers Nexus. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty freaking cool. He said, he meet them guys. I said, did you meet Linus? He said, nah, he didn't meet Linus. He said he saw Linus, but he didn't get to, talk with Linus and anything. I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I would love to go. I would, cause I'm telling y'all, yeah, I'm firearms, military, political stuff, dude. I am a tech guy at heart. I love tech. I love computer tech. I love building computers. I love diagnosing them. I love I hate doing upgrades. I almost lied. I almost said I hate doing people upgrades because a lot of time they be coming with stuff, it don't match. What a new AM5, dude, we got to put in an AM5 motherboard. Well, no, dude, an AM5 CPU won't go on an AM4 motherboard. It's physically incompatible. It won't work. So I got to change the motherboard. Yes, we got to buy a motherboard. I said, oh, and you need to go to DDR5 memory. How come I can't use That's what I hate upgrades. I like clean builds because a lot of people, I said, man, when the generations change, I said, now upgrade hard drives or adding more memory or a faster CPU that's already socketed for the motherboard you got. That's different. I love those upgrades. GPUs, going to, some GPUs, because some guys, I said, dude, this is going to bottleneck. Yeah, because your CPU ain't nowhere near fast. Look, you're going from this, yeah, and you want to go to a 3080 Ti, a 3090 Ti. Yeah, with that, dude, you ain't got enough CPU. It's going to, I said, it's going to, because the GPU is doing this. It's running so fast. It gets, when it run out of data, it stops. And it's waiting on your CPU to catch up. Then when your CPU catches up, it starts running again. It's called bottlenecking. Anyway, y'all see how easy I am? I was like, dude, I don't think I'm cut out for that. I'm just not. And, but he think it's a good idea because he think it's an untapped media thing, like talking about on YouTube, because all these tech guys, they travel. They're going, you know what I'm saying? They're going to China and they go to Taiwan, and they, you know, and they're always traveling. You know, they go to Europe. They have one in Europe. I can't remember where it's at. It's not Norway. It's not Finland. It's not Norway. But anyway, they have a show there, and they have like a, because y'all already know these Comic Con things and all that stuff. Them and the computer guys, they're joined at the hip. So these guys be traveling, and they want to talk about it. They want to do a thing about it. I said, but man, you might run off some subscribers. He said, yeah, but you're going to gain new subscribers that's in that vein. I'm just talking because I told him I was going to talk about this. And but he was talking about the women, and he said the video that he shot, people at his job seen it, and when people that he worked with, and said a couple of them asked him, like, you know, well, what's so this, that, and other, and why, you know, I mean, what's so special about, you know, the Taiwan and the Philippines and China and this, that, and other? What's wrong with the West? You know, and this, that, and other. How come y'all ain't going to Germany? How come you ain't going to Great Britain? How come you ain't going to them? And I answered it for him. I said, well, easy. I said, that's still Western women. They still got that Western woman in your face attitude. He said, exactly. That's what I told her. He said, then she wanted to make an argument about it, and he's like, why are you arguing with me about something from me going on a business trip that has nothing to do with the company, and you want to argue with me about it? I said, wait a minute. I said, is she married? He said, no. I said, is she dating? He said, I think so. I said, she got kids? He said, she got one. I said, so she a single mama? Yeah, but she's not like under the roof with another dude. Yeah, I said, that's why she barking at you. That's why she barking at you. And he said, oh, yeah, but I ain't gonna, and the rest I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna repeat that because I'm not, you know, I'm gonna stop with what I said, not with what he said. His response to that. And I said, but dude, y'all gotta do what make y'all happy. I said, I wouldn't be able to speak from experience because I never traveled for that purpose. I said, my purpose was a military purpose, so I had to go. I didn't choose to go to Germany. And Germany then is different than Germany now. Belgium then is different than Belgium now. Whole different thing. Because the United States and the UK has infected all of Western Europe. Yeah, I said it. He didn't say that. I'm saying that. And I'm saying that from experience. Because the main ones, I like when the chicks try to pop at me and I ain't even in that conversation. Said, have you ever been there? No. Okay, so you're talking about a place that you've never been to a guy that was there. And I wasn't there for 3 days. I was there for 3 years. You know, I wasn't there for 2 days. I was there for a year. I was there for a year. I was there for 8 months. Hell, I've been to Turkey. You know what I mean? What are you talking about? So, and I said, but I wasn't there was no mission looking for chicks. I'm in the military. But, of course, you get off, you get to go see stuff, you get to go places to eat, go buy stuff. What I used to do, because you can only carry so much, I'd buy stuff and I'd ship it. I'd buy stuff and I'd ship it back to my unit, to the main unit, especially when you're TDY. Ship it back to your unit. And that's a trip. Back then, hell, sometimes you would beat it. Man, all right, I'm leaving next Wednesday. So the Wednesday before I ship the stuff off. And I'd still beat my packages. Be back for 2 weeks. And you like, where's my stuff? And it finally shows up. But this was the 80s and the 90s. You know, shipping was a lot different then. FedEx was top dog then, but UPS is top dog now. Oh, I'm having a brain cramp. The top dog over there, I can still see the trucks. They're yellow with red letters. Um, oh man, I'll think of it in a minute. I got this on my mind. But anyway, that's what he was. Even the tech guys is dealing with it. He like, but man, he said it's a totally different atmosphere. Then I sound like a broken record, like everybody else saying. I said, yeah, but dude, you hook up with a chick, you bring her back here, she's just gonna get infected with the same disease that 90% of them here got. I said, man, I know you tired. He's like, dude, dating is so. Oh, he's white. Okay, both of these guys are white, and y'all in me. Why me? I mean, like I said, man, I'm not in the passport bro thing. Like I said, if it wasn't for Sly and O'Shea and a couple of, I wouldn't even know nothing about it. Cause that ain't the realm of YouTube that I hang. I'm telling y'all, if y'all looked at my watch history, it would be more on backroom politics and tech, cyber tech, than anything. Far and above past. And hell, look at the stuff that I just uploaded. James Carville campaigning to get Afghanistan the current president. That's the stuff that I do. That and tech, security. I love it. Love tech. But anyway, I just felt. I said, "How am I talk about this?" He said, "Man, it's number one. They already figure right off the bat that you're just a geek because you work. You work in the cyber field. He said, forget the part that I was quarterback. High school football team." And was a quarterback my freshman year in high school. In college, he got injured, he gained some weight, then he moved to tight end. School was over, got a tech job, left football behind. So this guy played quarterback and tight end, so you ain't dealing with no soft guy. But because he works in tech, oh, he ain't married, never been married, don't have any children, never been to jail, don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol. I almost said his name. The other one, he's one of them craft beer guys. He loved drinking. He liked the craft beer, but don't smoke, none of that other stuff. Same thing with him. No kids. Was engaged to be married. The other one, he was engaged to be married. And the woman had a child, but something had happened and he had said something to the child and her about it, and she blew up. She blew up at him. Now, he didn't, like choke the child, nothing like that. But she like, no, yeah, this was bad. Yeah, I appreciate you. Oh, and I'm telling them, like I say, because I ain't gonna say who it is. Now, if they decide to say it, that's it. Actually, he did talk about this on his Twitch stream. But if people wasn't on the Twitch, and I ain't on Twitch, but he already told, they tell me about the stuff that they do. So the people that's on his Twitch stream, they probably they know who, if they own the same thing, they gonna know who I'm talking about. But anyway, you picking up her kid. I mean, taking or picking up, I can't remember, her kid to school. Something happens with some other kids and them, and you straighten it out, and then you tell her about it later. And of course, the child, gonna tell mom and then the school and whatnot, and she get after him. Like, look, okay, appreciate you, whatnot, but you need, I'm gonna run my child, my way, and this, that, and other, and blah blah blah, and now they about ready to get married. He called it. He's like, nah, cause look, like I say, it was nothing physical, like he, grabbed the child, nothing like that. He averted something from happening, got it broke up, got the kids going the right way, got the school involved. Hey, this is what happened. That one and that one right there, this, that, and other. And yeah, he did, but retaliating. They're kids. They're kids. They ain't big kids. They're little kids. And she is like, nah. Next time, you need to check with me. And then he like, check with you. It's right here on the spot. It's like, well, I'm gonna tell all three of the kids, stop. Hey, this, that, and other. What do you think I should do? He said, I don't need any help in that field. I'm a man. And that's what he said. Well, that's what he said. He said, I didn't listen. I said, I'm not on Twitch. I don't Twitch. I know what Twitch is. I tried it once years ago. I didn't like it. I think I was on it for a week, maybe. And I killed that. This was pre-coup, pre-pandemic. But anyway, he said, nah, this ain't gonna work. And of course, he was the bad guy. He was horrible. And so he told her keep the ring and everything. He said, well, if you don't want it, just give it back. But if you want it, you can keep it. And she says she's keeping it. Imagine that. Imagine that. Dude, in a way, I didn't tell him this. I'm just saying it now. You might have dodged the bullet. You might have dodged the bullet. But anyway, I'm just letting y'all know that people, even these guys, they're much bigger YouTubers. I can't believe they think of me in that sense. That it makes you feel kind of good, but it feels kind of weird. Like, dude, I'm not even in that traveling guy passport. Oh, then another thing, like we already know, this stuff ain't nothing new. Women been traveling for decades. Men been traveling for decades. It only seemed to be an issue now because and this is what they said. He said, man, we've been doing this. And he's saying we, as in he mean white males. He said, we've been doing this forever, but seem like hell, the internet get all the buzz about it as soon as the brothers do it. And they laugh. But it's true. It's true. And he said, man, and for somebody, he said, man, they watch the videos on YouTube. They say they don't comment, they just watch. And I'm just saying what they said. Man, for a bunch of women to claim they don't care, they sure got their chonies in a bunch over it, right? I'm like, dude, I watch in passing, I laugh, I go. But anyway, so just in case, so y'all, if y'all see me on somebody else's channel squatting a stream between 4 tech guys, don't try to come for my neck, because I'm already telling you, already told him right off the bat, I don't think I'm the guy for the job. I don't. But just in case I have a momentary lapse of reasoning somewhere along the line later on this year or something, you can't say I didn't say nothing about it. So that's it. I'm going to eat dinner. Bye.